That AC 2 minutes now to cross-examine her.
Good evening, Ms. Speaker. Is judicial independence the primary goal of the creation of the JBC?
Yes,
However, the JBC still encounters political influence, correct?
that's precisely why it should be
Will
protected.
political influence be diminished if there is only one representative from Congress?
Yes,
So, it's better to have one political influence rather than to have two representations of Congress in the
sorry,
Senate.
sorry again.
It is better to have one politician than rather two politicians
No,
in the council.
you're perceiving Congress as
But you
politician.
are
We're perceiving
having a
the
contradictory
Congress
answer.
as a representative of the people, not on their
Okay,
political
Ms. Speaker,
affiliation.
next question. Can the deadlock in the voting, happen if there are 8 members in the council?
No, under the rules
Yes
of...
or no, Ms. Speaker?
No,
No. So therefore, this cannot be considered as a problem, right?
no,
Okay. Are you aware that the JBC rules number 10 series of 2002 already provides that the people can participate directly in the proceedings of
Yes.
JBC? So any person can file an opposition, right?
yes,
So even a farmer or even a senator or congressman can file an opposition to it.
yes,
So even if the senator or congressman is not a part of the JBC council, he can question the integrity of the numbers.
yes.
Is this opposition process considered as implemented right now?
People, yes,
So are you aware that as early as 2001, oppositions were already filed by ordinary people?
yes,
Are you aware that currently there are already 8 oppositions filed against the nominees therein?
yes.
So the people are already participating in the judicial selection process, correct?
But not in a virtual
Yes or no,
Congress,
Ms.
under the
Speaker?
Constitution.
Yes or no, Ms. Speaker?
No.
Okay. Currently, the JBC has 8 members, right?
Yes,
These 8 members shall select the nominees to be shortlisted, correct?
yes.
If the Supreme Court declared that there should be only 7 members, will there be a risk of unconstitutionality in the succeeding judicial appointments?
Answer completed. All right, time's up, guys. AC, you now have 4 minutes to rebut TEP and advance your argument.
Good evening, Your Honors. I will be discussing why it is impractical to have 2 representatives from Congress in the JBC. Because first, to deviate from the wordings of the Constitution would require a constitutional amendment, which is very costly. And next, that the current JBC rules already allows the people to directly participate in the JBC proceedings. But first, let me rebut the arguments of the affirmative side. They want the JBC to be an independent committee. However, to subscribe to their proposition, they want to add another additional politician from the Congress who is a partisan member. He is elected at large by the people, so he is dependent on the people's whims. So if they want an independent committee, then why not let the current constitutional provision stand that we will only have one representative from Congress? So, on to my arguments. First point, it is impractical to allow 2 representatives from Congress in the JBC because it transgresses the wordings of the Constitution. The provision, a representative from Congress is interpreted as a representative from Congress. In the case of Texon versus Congress, it would be a clear injustice if we would make a distinction in the clear provisions of the Constitution. But if the affirmative side really wants their proposal, then we must change the wordings of the Constitution, which would require a constitutional amendment. This process is very costly as well as tedious. There will be a creation of a constitutional convention which shall make an amendment, a proposed amendment, which shall be submitted to the people for ratification to be voted in a national general elections. It is impractical to succeed to a constitutional amendment merely to change a single phrase in the Constitution, with a more glaring reason that this change was prompted only by one politician member in the JBC during their 2001 meeting. A whim of a single politician does not reflect the intent of the Filipino people. Thus, this amendment is unacceptable. As to my second point, the JBC already provides for a mechanism for the people to directly participate in the JBC proceedings. Under JBC rules number 9 and number 10, any person can file an opposition against a nominee. Thus, an oppositor shall even be present during the interviews and can even be cross-examined by the nominee. A humble laborer, yes ma'am.
Mr. Speaker, is that an effective representation by the people? The fact that they can submit oppositions when they are not present during the deliberations in terms of the nominees?
Ma'am, in the current JBC, the amended current JBC rules number 10, it is already provided that they will have the right to be present during the interview itself. So therefore, it is now improved and it's much better right now. So therefore, it can be considered as a valid way to represent the people in the JBC itself. So to continue, a humble laborer or even a senator can file an opposition and can even question the integrity, probity, and independence of any nominee therein. Thus, the apprehension of the affirmative side of lack of representation is more illusory than real because the current JBC rules already provides for a mechanism. Thus, instead of adding another partisan member in the council, let us focus more on implementing this opposition process for the benefit of the people. In yes, Your Honor.
I say that we can do away with the ex officios so that anyway there are already people there
No, Your Honor. There is
actual public participation.
Please answer briefly, AC.
no, Your Honor, because the ex officio, the one representative for each branches, is considered as important to represent each branches of government, so they cannot be dispensed with. But
Okay.
we should only have one representative.
Thank you, AC. Tep, you now have 2 minutes to cross-examine him.
Question. Is the issue here is construing the phrase a representative of the Congress as ex-official members?
Well, we did not state that.
We did not state, but the first speaker said it. Say it. Maybe you didn't hear it.
No, because you're changing my speech, Ms.
Okay.
Speaker.
In your present scenario, a mere farmer or a mere
Yes.
carpenter
Yes.
can file a petition after there's a nomination been filed, right?
Of course, but will you oppose it? There are no nominees.
Okay. So during the deliberation, with regards for the listing of nominees, the farmers and the carpenters are not properly represented.
During the, before the nominations?
Yeah, during the
Of course,
deliberation.
there is no nothing to oppose with. Why would they
During,
their-
my question, you're misquoting it, okay?
Yes.
The deliberation, during, for example, Arias and Jamaica are in deliberation for the nominees, then are the carpenters well represented during a deliberative membership?
Yes, because they can file an opposition during the interviews itself.
Can they hear what happened in the
Yes, because
deliberation?
there is already an open mechanism that the people can already be present there and they can hear whatever the nominees
Yes.
said therein. Yes.
So you think those farmers are capable of going to the place of the deliberation and
And
just
that is
leaving
why
their
there's
work?
already an open media coverage of the deliberations therein, Ms. Speaker. Because there is a need to address the transparency of the judiciary.
So you think that the farmers can afford to watch a
Of course, there
movie?
is a presumption that they have political
So what's your
maturity.
legal basis of their political maturity? Do you have any?
Jurisprudence, Ms. Speaker, is already provided in the Constitution that every person shall be considered politically mature to understand what is happening in our laws.
Does it relevant?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Do you believe that Congress is elected by the people?
Yes.
The petition.
All right, time's up. Tep and AC, it's now over. Thank you all very much. May we now invite both sides to cross the House as our judges tally the scores. Square off the CBC law debate will return after these messages.